Hey guys, Barry here, and welcome back to another edition of Nintendo Backed Gaming. And here we have another edition of our podcast show today. And we have Elena here from Dynamic Pixels. Hello,
Hi.
Elena. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's early enough, I should say, here on the Saturday, 11 o'clock my time.
Thank you. It's 1 p.m. our time. We're in Moscow.
Yeah, so Elena here is from Russia, and today
Yeah.
we are here to talk about Hello Neighbor. This game is so interesting. It's coming out for PS4 and PC, and I don't know, it looks very funny. If to me anyway, it looks very, very funny.
Yeah. So firstly, I need to tell you a few words because our basic goal on Kickstart is just PC, and if we manage to collect more funds, we will release it on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. But original basic version will be PlayStation or will be PC. Sorry.
Brilliant, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Elena, so tell people who don't know the company, tell us about the company. When was it founded and that there?
Okay, yeah, sure. Originally, the company was founded in 2004, so we are working more than 10 years on the market. And it was something like a small, tiny office in Voronezh. It is about 300 kilometers from Moscow. And it was a very small office, and there were two or three students with bright eyes, with a lot of ideas in their head, and they started creating mobile games. So originally, we are a mobile gaming company. And later in 2004, we managed to release the first free-to-play mobile game on the Russian market. We were the first one who released a free-to-play game. Free-to-play is when the game is absolutely for free to download, and the people usually spend some money if they want to purchase something in the game. And it was a success, to be honest. It was the first project. It was called Equiphone, and it was the first project on the Russian market to have such success. And since that time, we have released more than 40 titles. And most of them are freemium, of course. And we have been working with many different companies, such as Qualcomm, Samsung Electronics, Disneyland. We were making Chip and Dale game for them
Brilliant,
maybe in
yeah.
2000, yeah, in 2010. And our last project was a co-project with Eptalab. We created Tamagotchi of their nice cutie green monster, and it is called My Gnome. Maybe you have played it, I don't know. And we released iOS version last year, and this year we've managed to do an Android version. So it was a very big project, 3D project on iOS and Android. And we hope that it was our last project on mobile games, on mobile platforms, but maybe we will create some more. And now we want to move on to PC market.
That's brilliant. So, how has the leap from mobile to PC been for the company?
To be honest, we got a little bit bored on mobile platforms because the market has changed. It's a bit different than it was 10 or maybe 5 or even 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Now, there are a lot of projects, a lot of games who are just harvesting users. They just given away for free, and they take a lot of money from them. It's not good. And we decided to make something better, something more brilliant, something bigger. Because we do have got a lot of experience. We've been working for more than 10 years now. And we have got a great team, really nice artists. And we decided that we are ready for something bigger. And it's not so easy to do big projects on iOS and Android. Of course, it's possible to, but it's more interesting to work on bigger projects with more interesting engines and to create PC games or console games or something like that. That's why we decided to do that.
yeah. Okay, so today, of course, we are here to talk about Hello Neighbor, your upcoming game for PC. And Hello Neighbor is a first person tactical thriller puzzler with a tricky self studying AI as an opponent for PC. So when I first watched this, I just thought it was so different and so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like when I was watching it, like the technology used, as in, like you can throw a tomato out a window, as in the video that I watched, and
Mm-hmm.
the neighbor will come out, and then you can sneak into the house, and you can even take it out like a light bulb,
Yeah.
and you can turn off the lights and stuff. You can turn on a TV.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like just little small features like that there are very nice, I think.
Yeah. Uh, so, firstly, I think I should tell you that we are creating this game on Unreal Engine 4, and it will be an artificial intelligence. It will use artificial intelligence as the main opponent, and it's quite a complicated process because the neighbor is self-studying. He analyzes what the player has done already in the game, what the player is still doing, and he makes decisions. And the more player plays, the more difficult it becomes to play later on because the neighbor, the artificial intelligence, remembers all his actions. And so it's sometimes it will be really very, very interesting and very challenging to play the game.
Yeah, that sounds great. So tell us the main purpose of the game, the main goal.
The main goal of the game is that their player, the main character, is coming to a new house. He has got not so big house, and he likes his neighborhood. Everything is fine, but there is only one strange thing: the neighbor living in front of him, living opposite his house. He has a much bigger house, but he seems a little bit strange, and their player, the main character, sees that he tries to hide something behind his basement door. He has nailed up his basement door and he has some desk secrets there. He wants to find out what it is. Then he tries to come into his house. But of course, the neighbor doesn't want to see anyone in his house. And it sometimes it seems to be really very difficult to get into this house. And the player has to hide himself somewhere in a wardrobe, to use various things to get into the house. And then finally, if he manages to, he gets into this basement door and he understands, he realizes, and he finds out what the secret is hidden behind. But it's not an easy thing to do.
Okay, so what happens when the neighbor catches you?
When the neighbor catches you, uh, the player is just respond to his part of the map, I mean to his house, and he doesn't have to start the game from the very beginning. And the neighbor collects all the information about the player's actions and analyzes it. So it's getting much more difficult to win every time a player gets captured. So for player it's easier not to get captured, but he never starts from the very beginning. He never starts. The player, the artificial intelligence, the neighbor remembers all the actions, remembers what has been done in this game. So there is no starting from the very beginning.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, tell us, where did the inspiration come for this game?
The original idea came to our game designer, and maybe a year ago or something like that. He decided to create the game that will give a player some kind of a feeling when when he suddenly finds an Easter egg in the game. So he really likes this feeling and decided to give it to the player with Hello Neighbor. And moreover, he after he watched the Orphan Black series. Have you watched Orphan Black?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Oh, it was a kind of series when the main character was trying to find out whether her husband was a spy. And she was torturing him, she was looking after him, and suddenly she realized that she was mistaken. Then she thought that the woman living next door was a spy. Then she killed her, And then she later on she understood that the real spy was her husband, and it was a really great twist. And we decided, I mean, our game designer, decided to bring this twist to the game. So it's really very interesting.
Jeez, that is very interesting. It's just something crazy, like a mind blowing
Yeah,
thing. Like,
yes, it's crazy. And here we also like a Home Alone series, and where the players, where the small kid, this boy had to make some traps to the robbers, and it's also influenced a lot of things. Very interesting, very unusual, strange thing influenced our game designer, and he decided to create this kind of stuff. And of course, it's not possible to do without artificial intelligence, you know.
yeah. Okay, so I know today is Saturday, but the Kickstarter campaign started yesterday. So tell us about the Kickstarter campaign anyway.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we decided to kickstart a campaign, and the basement goal will be 100,000 USD. Sorry, and we are going it will be about one month, 30 days, and we have got some stretch goals. So first of all, it will be a basic goal, and the more funds we will be able to collect, the more interesting and the more challenging the game will be. For example, we will be able to introduce support of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We will be able to make to release to give more items into the game, and to make it more, how to say, interactive. And more also, we will give players a random generation of the house when at the start of the game. It means that each player will have got his unique house at the very start of the game. And more also, if we manage to raise more money, we will be able to introduce multiplayer regime so that each one will be able to play with another one. So a lot of things to do, and we hope to have a success on Kickstarter, because it's really a great idea and a great thing when your community, when your players, when your friends do help you to create such kind of things.
Yeah. And is there any online play in this game, or is it strictly solo play, single player?
Right now it is a single player, but if we, of course, it depends on how much money we will have, because we would be very glad to do everything in the base version, but it's impossible to do that. So we will be able to introduce online regime, and it depends, really. It depends on how much money we'll be able to. But right now it will be offline,
Yeah.
just offline mode.
And have you any plans for, is it next year the game will come out, or 2 years? Have you any deadline?
We are going to release it on maybe in autumn next year in 2016. So yes, deadline is autumn fall 2016.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so tell me about the visual style for this game. How did where did the idea come from for this kind of style?
It's really very interesting question. To be honest, it was some kind of a natural process. Our game designer was sitting and trying hard to imagine how the neighbor and how all the stuff will look like. And finally, he just took a pencil in his hand and drew the neighbor as his. It was quite easy. Just sat down and drawn after hours, maybe weeks or months of to imagine how it will look like. So, and the main style, it's not, I cannot say that it will be a thriller. We don't have an idea to make people frightened, to be frightened of the of the neighbor. It will be very, from one side, they will be a little bit afraid of him, but not so much.
Yeah. But like, I guess people would be naturally scared if they get caught.
Maybe, but there is no idea for the place to be scared. We just want to put some
Yeah.
horror scenes. That's all. No, we are not going to make somebody get frightened. It's not the main idea of the game.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, we just want people to be in kind of a suspense, but not to be thrilled. No.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't looking at the character, he looks a bit like Super Mario
Really? Yeah,
with the
maybe.
mustache and everything.
All of us are from 90s.
Yeah. Have you did you look at Wii U or anything? Have you any plans for Nintendo later on?
Right now, we're thinking only about PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and of course, Wii U is also fun, but it depends, of course, on how much funds we will have because this is additional work. But
Yeah.
why not? Why not? But
Yeah.
for the moment being, we don't have got such plans.
Okay, so yeah, can I ask what is Russia like? I've never been there.
It depends on which part of Russia you come.
Well, Moscow.
Uh,
Is it snowing there? Is it?
so look, this autumn, this year is very strange. 2 weeks ago, I was doing water skiing. Really,
Oh,
water
nice.
skiing 2 weeks ago. Now it's snowing. Really, it is snowing now. But
Jeez,
two
that's
weeks ago,
different.
yes, 2 weeks ago, I was lazing in the sun. So
Yeah.
Russia is very strange as Hello Neighbor.
And is it always cold or like where you
Mm-mm.
are?
No, it depends on the season. It's
Yeah.
it's it's very cold in winter, sometimes it's cold in early spring, and sometimes it's cold in late autumn. But in summer, spring, I mean late spring and early autumn, it's very hot. Not very hot. It's warm and hot sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'd love to go, traveling around the world and visit different countries, like especially Russia, because it is very, very big, and
Yes, it's very big. You should go here.
maybe I should. I'll buy a ticket after this podcast. I'll fly over.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah. Do you play any games yourself?
Yeah, I do. We've been doing mobile games since that I had to play a lot of games. I'm a casual player, and my favorite one is I've got a lot of favorite ones, but I like Breakers and I like casual games,
Yeah,
and of course I like our Tamagotchi games. I like various tower defense games, etc. But to be honest, I also liked to play when I was a small kid. I played Mario. I almost did it every day with my friends.
yeah,
And sometimes I do remember that time it was really great when you have got only one console for the whole yard, and so people come into one place and play. And I also like racing games, GTA, and that's great because I like to drive myself, and I like racing games.
cool. Okay, so apart from any other game in your company, what would you call the greatest game of all time? Like, what would be your personal favorite game be?
You are speaking about our games or all other
Well,
games.
games overall in general. What would be your favorite
Um,
game that you've ever played?
um, you please promise that you will not laugh.
No, no, I don't care.
Okay, very good. Um, well, this is Candy Crush Saga. To be honest,
Really?
yes, I've been playing it for 3 hours already. Oh, sorry, for 3 years. For
3 years.
3 years already, yeah. So I cannot stop playing it. And sometimes I do need to pay some money, but I try to not to pay. I try to do it myself. But when I see that some people from my Facebook, some Facebook friends are 100 or 200 levels above me, I get really frustrated. I get annoyed. but still I play 3 years already.
Yeah.
Yes, this is my favorite mobile game. I can't live without it. Don't tell anyone.
My auntie, she plays Candy Crush all the time,
Yeah, all the
non-stop.
time,
Yeah.
non-stop. Yeah, really. Sometimes even there are you have to wait for 30 minutes to wait for a new live, and I even had my alarm on to come in half an hour to continue
Oh,
playing.
geez.
Yes, and it's really much very time confusing.
Yeah. So tell us about the music in Hello Neighbor.
We have not started doing music. I mean, when the game will be ready, we are working with some very great composers, and we will start working our music later on. But right now, we are thinking that it will be something that will keep you in suspense,
Yeah.
something like that, something a little bit horror. Because the players have to be a little bit afraid of the neighbor, and we will try to do that. I'm sure we will be able to because we are working with really good composers.
Yeah. So like as well, I'm reading here that the let's see, like Hello Neighbor, like is there like 7 people on the team? How many people is on your team now?
There are about 25 people in our team now, but not so many are working on Hello Neighbor because we have got other projects we are working on. We are still working on my Omonom, and we are working on USIM. This is our flagman game of our Java and iOS portfolio, and there are about maybe five people right now working on the game. One programmer, game designer, and one or two artists.
Cool. So would you have any relationship, any contact with any other game companies?
Of course, we are working with Aptolab. We are working with them we've been working with them for 2 years. Moreover, they are our friends, and we do communicate. We do work with them.
Yeah. And what kind of games would they play? Or like they make?
They released, they released many years ago their first and very successful game. It's called Cut the Rope. Have you played it?
Oh, I know that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know this game,
Yeah, yeah.
That's the Zeptolab company, Kazarop, and we created my Gnome. This is Tamagotchi of this green little monster Gnome. And right now they are releasing many other games, and Tamagotchi was one of them.
Yeah, like
But they are mobile company like we used to be.
yeah, I know Cut the Rope. They did release it that I can remember on the Nintendo DS many years ago.
Yeah,
Uh
many years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's a long time. Okay, so how do you feel about piracy in the game industry today, if you don't mind me
Uh,
asking?
yeah, to be honest, it was a great problem, especially when we were working on Android market, and it was very difficult to release a game step by step on each market. For example, when we released the game in Russia or in America, there appeared a lot of same titles in China because the piracy in China is very awful. And so in Russia, of course, the same thing, the same situation. We spent a lot of hour calling and writing emails to various portals and asking them to put our games away from their portals because they were free. And the piracy, to be honest, was real awful. On iOS, it's not so huge like on Android, but it also exists, but it's not so bad. But we hope that on PC gaming it will be much better.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel people would take advantage of a company. Like there is good and bad things about downloading games, I guess, illegally. Because if people, if they download it, give it a go, like they'll go support the company. but as
Yes.
well, people will just take really, a big advantage and download the game and not pay any, money to the company at all. So then, that helps, that creates problems for the company. They can't make games later on. Funding isn't there. Like, it's great having something like Kickstarter, where you can
Yes.
have something there, to get funding.
Yeah, to be honest, Kickstarter and working on Steam is a great experience for us because it's really nice to understand that there are a lot of people who really like what you're going to do, who feel confident that you will be able to release this game. And it's nice idea to build such kind of community around the game. Especially, it was a great happiness to us when we managed to receive green light on community in Steam when people voted for our game, and it really saw green light on Steam. And we think that they are really good place, that they will be our players, and that they will help the game to see the light.
Yeah, Steam. I do have Steam myself, and I love Steam. Like, there's great deals on it, but there are so many projects on it, so many games, or you can just download. There is free to play games. You can buy games, but like
Yeah.
the variety of games is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap it up?
Well, I think that you've asked a lot of questions. I've answered all of them.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all.
Okay, so of course, yeah, you are on social media. Can you tell us your Twitter, your website, and stuff?
Yeah, okay. Maybe you will write it something like that. Twitter is Dynamic Pixels. Website is helloneighborgame.com, and you can also visit us on Instagram and Dynamic Pixels as well. And that's it.
Great, Elena. Thank you for coming on the show. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Barry. It was really nice to talk to you.
Thank you. You too. So, guys, of course, you can check them out on Kickstarter. I will leave a link in the description below. So, again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. You can check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Vine, and Twitch. And for more Nintendo and podcasts, keep it right here. Thanks for listening. Stay fresh.